Welcome back to ShopSmartAutos.com this Sunday morning. Richie has been working with dealers across the country to support customer satisfaction and reputation management. Here he is, Mr. Richie Bello himself, the host of this show. His company has even developed software solutions for dealers to make sure that the customer is always satisfied, and we know how important that is, right? What customers say and where they say it can really help make or break a dealer. Now, the internet has made it easy for consumers to say good or even bad things about their dealer experience. So reviews are extremely important to dealers and to their success. So today, it will be a simple question and answer with me and Richie to make sure that you have the information that you need to make a smart decision while choosing a dealer and, of course, getting your car. Good morning to you, Richie.
Good morning, Jill. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Hope you're enjoying the weekend.
I am, absolutely. I love the Sunday thing, because you get up nice and early and all this stuff,
We got our coffee together. It's always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so listen, people read reviews all of the time. And unfortunately or fortunately, they do believe them. So, I think it's a shame at times that with the click of a button, a consumer can really hurt a business and hurt a dealership, but then they can also help a business. So can you help set all of this?
So let me talk about something, all right? So if you look at certain dealerships that have all the 5 stars on their website, which I don't know why dealers do that. They put all their reviews on the website. The consumers know that you're not a 5-star dealership, okay? So don't do that. That's called review manipulation, showing the consumer that. So what happens with these websites on that page is you have a tremendous amount of no time there because the consumer knows, okay, abcmotors.com. Oh, wow, they got all 5 stars. Yeah, okay. So this is the car business, right? Okay, yeah, sure, that's going to work. So now the customer bounces out of that site and actually goes to check your reviews.
Okay.
So you know what, dealers, you're better off not putting that.
Yeah.
I know that the companies that tell you if you want to really, really do reviews, put all your reviews on your website. Okay, because if you don't do that, you got a problem.
Yeah, people are going to think you are lying and that you're manipulating them.
No, and then you're going to go into the review thing. You're going to go check out their reviews, and what's going to happen when you check out somebody's review, you're in the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
Now, if you see an ad of another dealership or something like that, guess who's going to get the business? You're going to convert it into another dealership. So dealers, don't do that. Consumers, when you see a 5-star dealer in their page, now go into Yelp, now go into Google.
Because those you can't change, right?
Those you can't change.
Fantastic. But what we do like to see is, you know what? If there was a problem with a car purchase or with a salesperson, don't you want to see that review, even if it's negative, but then the dealer follows up and corrects it?
Here's what it is. And let me correct you on something. It's not that you can change it on your website. The thing that happens is the platform says 5 stars only. So now you're streaming it in as 5 stars. Instead of you putting from 1 to 5, now you get good and bad reviews. So they block the bad ones. So now the consumer gets out. Now, here's what's really, really important. Not too long ago, it wasn't like this. Let me tell you something. The service departments in dealership, their reviews are getting better. Okay, overall, that's what I'm noticing. Okay. And the reviews in sales are not getting as good. Now, I say to myself, why? Why? And they're not getting as good as if you take the top guys that have the 5 stars. Like last week, we had Arthur here and we talked about that. Well, let me just go over the process. Why? Jill, I know you for quite some time. I always ask the whys.
Always.
Because why is what's going to give me how to fix the problem. If you're a solution finder, you got to find the whys, right? So I know the why is. The 2 salespeople that have the good reviews, I go to their Facebook and their Instagram, and they actually have and the other guys don't. Because just understand something, it's about the engagement with the customer.
Okay.
When you put a salesperson to run social media, what happens is now he knows how to engage with content, with information, and with knowledge.
Okay.
So that's why what happens is the service department are being trained more than ever before, right? Because buying a car is much easier now, and getting a car service is so much expensive, right? So with the warranty and all that. So now the dealerships are investing in your fix ops and are training those service managers, those service professionals, and their reviews are going up. 4 years ago, you look at Yelp at any store out in this market, and you would not walk into that dealership to service your car. Today, that's turning around.
Okay.
Now, that's really good because the dealerships are really concentrating on their retention. But, Mr. Dealer, you have to retain your sales staff because now those customers are going to come back to you. So what's going to happen when those customers come back to you? If you don't have a strong service department or somebody very consumer friendly, you're going to have a problem.
And someone that's always going to fix the problem. If there is a problem, it's good to know that, for example, like we had Arthur on last week, he's from Smithtown Nissan.
Yes.
If there's a bad review on his website, it's good to see the dealer followed up and said, hey, you had a problem, I'm going to fix that. Come back in, I'll take care of it. And it's nice to see that type of exchange. I think people are real. They know people make mistakes. Not everything is perfect. So if I go on a website, say for Smithtown Nissan, and I see something's wrong and I'm like, I like the fact that you all came back and fixed that for the customer. That shows that the dealership cares.
Right.
So that's important. Even if it's not a 5-star type dealership, to me, I want to look at their errors because we all have errors, but I just want to know that they're fixing it and not just leaving that, because then it's really a negative review.
You know, and I'm going to tell you something. I'm okay with a dealership having a bad review, and the whole idea behind having a bad review is you to fix the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so years ago, I was in a dealership. I was a GSM, general sales manager, right, at Apple Honda. Now, I had people that back then there was no reviews, but I had people that complained. They wrote a letter to American Honda. They would give me a bad score. I would always call that customer back and find out whether I couldn't correct it, but I would learn from the customer, because when you learn, now you're learning how to treat your next customer. Yeah. Because let's face it, we don't have, we weren't born with a manual how to treat a customer. We weren't born with a manual how to raise a kid. You know, so the mothers out there, that's the first kid, and that kid, you know, hits 21 and says, well, they blame their mother.
It's all a learning experience.
Well, you want to know something? When that, I see that a lot, I tell the kids myself, hey, listen, you're not born with a manual, so we don't know. There's no handbook on how to treat a kid, or there's no handbook on how to treat a customer. Every customer is different, right? So you want to learn from these customers and treat them right, because you want to stay on top of all your stuff. The day you don't stay on top of it, you have a problem. Got it. So that's a very good point that you gave, and that's how you learn. You have a bad review, immediately call that customer. You know, because once you call that customer, you're able to correct it.
Yeah. I also just want to take a quick moment to thank Look Smart for underwriting our show today. Also, shopsmartautos.com as well. And also, one of our other sponsors, Windows on the Lake. Take a look. right, so Richie, we touched upon dealer reputation a little bit, and of course we know it's very important, especially with reviews. But how do we, the consumer, really find out about the reputation of a dealer? Give us your insight.
My insight is DealerRater, okay? So let's say you finish your online shopping. Before you go to that dealership, make sure that you check their reviews on DealerRater.
DealerRater.com.
DealerRater.com.
Perfect.
Correct. And let me just warn something out for a consumer, because I'm all about the consumer first. Here's what I want to say to the consumer. If you get a direct mail piece in the mail and you see what a great deal it is, that you can't believe, the first thing you should do before you jump in your car and buy the car is check their reviews.
Okay.
Let's say it's ABC Motors, right? So you write ABC Motors reviews, space reviews, and that'll give you the reviews of that dealership, okay? Go by reviews, because reviews are very important.
Okay.
All right, so don't just jump on something that you see, or you get an email that you just see, oh, wow, this dealership's great. Listen, let me tell you something. Make sure you have their reviews today,
Okay.
and before you go anywhere, you make sure that it's taken care of. Because being aware today as the consumer is how you're going to get a good deal. But not only that, you're going to get the right deal.
Okay, as a consumer, though, I'm a little confused, because we can go to DealerRater to look at the best dealer, right, and see the reviews. But how do we compare that to Facebook, to Yelp, to Google? So where should we really look? You said DealerRater
Really,
first.
I mean, DealerRater is where you should look.
And
I
who
mean,
makes those
Facebook,
reviews? How
here,
does that-
watch.
how does DealerRater
Why?
work?
Because those reviews are really real. Anybody that reviews there has to fill out the information that they bought a car from the dealership.
Got it. Okay, that's
if you
what
go
it
to
is now.
Facebook, let me tell you something. If you go to Facebook and you go to Google, their reviews are higher because they're friends. They tell their friends to give you a review. You can tell anybody to give you a review.
Yeah, true.
This is the real buyers.
Real
That's
deal.
why I say DealerRater, because
Okay.
DealerRater has a process.
Okay.
You have to fill out the form as you bought a car.
Got it.
All the information. Where the truth of the matter is, Facebook don't have that. Anybody can write a recommendation on Facebook, or anybody can write a recommendation on Google, or you can write anything on Yelp. Now DealerRater you can't.
Got it. Okay.
DealerRater, you had to buy the car. There's certain questions they ask you, and you gotta, and it's all confirmation.
Got it. Okay, so when you buy a car, you're given the choice and hopefully an incentive to actually go to DealerRater.com and tell whether it's good or bad. Got it.
Right.
Okay, good to know.
There's a dealership in the market that is kind of funny.
Who's funny?
Well, I'm gonna say.
Can you say?
No, I refuse to. But
Hint.
I saw that they gave out Amazon cards for $5. If they didn't say give us a good review, they said if you give us a review,
Good or bad.
we give you $5, good or bad, don't bad.
Okay.
But take a screenshot. Now I'm concerned if at that point when you get the $5 from Amazon, I'm concerned if at that point when you give a bad review, if they try to call you and fix the problem.
Okay.
So I have somebody that's in the market for a car, and I'm going to send them to that dealership to really report on this show back to the consumer to see what their process is.
And how they're going to handle it.
Yes, and how they're going to handle it.
And follow up. That's good to know.
And let me just make the consumer aware of something. If you have a problem in a dealership, a one to call, it's Consumer Affairs. A lot of consumers say, is it the DA? Is that? Call Consumer Affairs, okay? And tell them about the dealership. And then follow up the call with the DA. If a dealership is not up front, if you see something funny, whatever you see, dial Consumer Affairs number right on. It's right here in the bottom, Consumer Affairs. Okay, you call them and they will take care of you. Because it's very, very important for the customer to get treated right. I've been in the car business a long time. I always done the right things by customers. And let me tell you this, make sure the customer's treated right first. That's what my job is, because if I see something funny, I will call Consumer Reports on any dealership, just to let everybody know here, All right, and I really work for the consumer. I want to help the consumer get a good deal and the right deal.
Got it. All right. We touched upon briefly before that the average dealer has about, 10 people in sales, and only about 2 of them are reviewed as 5 stars, right? So how does that really impact the average rating of the dealer?
Well, the dealer, you know what? It affects the rating a little bit.
Okay.
But in reality, if you take these salespeople out that are top guys, right? You see the average dealer in Long Island is 3.5, 3.7.
Okay.
It's also they're always busy. So, and if you look at the reviews, it's not that their sales process.
Okay.
It's more how long the customer had to wait for the car to get delivered.
All right.
Because some dealership, instead of making it easier for the customer and having an inspection sticker already on the car,
Okay.
they want to do it at time of the delivery.
Okay. Let me just kind of rephrase this. So if you have, let's say, 8 out of 10 salespeople that get a 3-star rating, let's say, right? And 2 out of the 10 get a 5-star rating, kind of pulls up the dealer average,
Yes,
right? But does not really give you more than a 25% chance of getting the 5-star experience. Can you respond to that?
Sure.
And pick up your phone at the same time. It happens.
I'm not gonna pick up.
Business, he's always busy, even on a Sunday morning.
So anyway, that question is very good. It does help the reviews. Okay, but the more reviews you get, right, the higher your percentage is going to be.
Okay.
The whole idea is to get people to give you a review, okay, instead of the consumers going out there and making a decision themselves and giving you a review. Because usually when a consumer goes out there and gives you a review, it's usually bad.
Yeah.
When you push people to give you reviews, it's going to get better.
Okay.
Because there are more happy people with you than unhappy people.
Okay.
The problem that there was with this whole process with review marketing and review management, the problem that there was years ago, only the people that were unhappy gave you reviews. So that's why when the review started, it was a really bad situation for dealers.
Okay.
Because you only had unhappy people. So there are products out there today in the market that actually help you get good reviews because you send it out to everybody.
Okay. All right.
And that's what the problem is.
All right, so to repeat this to our viewers, the average dealer reputation rating is based on the average of all sales personnel.
Yes,
right,
correct.
And it's the top few that really bring up their
Yes,
average.
correct.
Okay, just have to get that down as a consumer, right? I know we're all watching a little confused sometimes, but just want to make sure I get it now. So do we actually look at the dealership reputation and then the individual sales people?
Well,
is that what you're suggesting,
the thing is, I look at the dealership. If I'm buying a car, right, I look at the dealership, but I look at who's the top salesperson with the most reviews of 5 stars.
Okay.
And that's the guy I want to talk to. Because that guy, there's a reason why he's got 20 reviews at 5 stars.
Okay.
He's consumer friendly. So the other thing to know as a consumer, I might get a better deal with him than anybody else in the dealership because he's concerned about his reputation.
All right.
So now that's who I'm going to buy a car from.
Okay.
And that's who I'm going to refer people to buy a car from, the guy that has the best reviews.
Got it.
Not the dealership. I don't look at the dealership's review. I take the salespeople.
Okay.
And now, when you deal with somebody that's a 5-star, he's going to try to do more than the right thing by you.
Of course.
Because it's his reputation at stake.
It's on the line.
So now that's his report card. So that's something that you should know as a consumer, how to get a good deal in a dealership. Well, that's it. That's how you get a good deal.
All right. Well, I'm going to be honest. As you were speaking, I was on my phone and I looked at DealerRater.com, as you suggest everybody at home do. Now, it looks like they have reviews, right, for dealers, service reviews as well. Also about recalls and where you can also write that review. So I'll do that later. But I just want to say there's no excuse as to why really you shouldn't know the reputation of the dealer, because this makes total sense. You want to know where you're buying your car and who you're buying it from. So, Richie, really great information today. ShopSmartAutos.com, we got to thank to thank Windows on the Lake, of course, for sponsoring this episode, and Look Smart for underwriting our program. But I know Richie still has more to talk about. So I got to say, before we really wrap up the show, what else do you want to tell the consumer out there who is in the market to buy a car? And, of course, what they should do, research ahead of time before they go to that dealer?
Okay, so go to ShopSmart. It has plenty of inventory right now.
Oh, and you know what? We should just refresh their memory with ShopSmart Autos, is just in case you haven't been following us every Sunday. We don't speak about the same thing all the time, but ShopSmart Autos is the one place you get what? All the cars online.
Right.
It's in one inventory, one pool. So if you're looking for a car, explain it.
Correct. And with ShopSmart Autos, the positive thing is it's really good because the reputation is important. But let me tell you something. When you go to ShopSmart, don't just, when you go there, there's another thing why you should go there, okay? The good thing is that if you have a problem with any dealership, I'm going to have a page in ShopSmart in the very near future with my information. Call me. If you have any problem with a dealership, like you're unhappy at any time, if you bought a car and you're unhappy and you went through our site, you're unhappy, call me. If you need another car in your family, call me. I will refer you to a dealership and give you a tremendous deal. And if it's finance, I'll coach you through the whole process to make sure that you're getting taken care of as the consumer.
That's awesome, Richie. You always have great advice for people out there.
I just got to take advice for myself.
I know, right? We got to thank Jean Fontana for helping put the show together. She from Synergy. She always does such a great job with all of this.
She's amazing.
She is. What else could we touch upon here? We do have a few more minutes left. Richie?
Well,
you're the auto guru.
What I want to touch base is if you're buying a used car, okay, make sure that you look to get a CPO, certified pre-owned.
I was going to say, put it in layman's terms for those that don't know. Certified pre-owned.
Let me tell you why. Because there's so much value in getting a CPO, right? And where is the value? Okay, the value is you get an extended warranty, you get a preferred interest rate, and you get a quality good car. Okay? Now, that's one thing that I got to say. Okay. If you're in the market for a new car, okay, what you should do is pick the 3 competitors. So let's say if it's Honda, you go to Honda, Toyota, and Nissan. Okay? Get all the information. I got to say this, guys, okay? Mazda has a great product. Mazda is amazing. Mazda has a lot of technology in their cars. I mean, Hondas are great cars.
Yeah.
Okay? That's where I started in the business when I was very young. Hondas are great cars. Let me tell you something. Mazda, what technology they have is amazing. And you can get a much better deal. Okay? Nissan is great also. Nothing to take it away from Honda. Honda's a good brand too. But you know what? In all 3 of them, I'm looking at the Mazda as a key vehicle. At the end of the year, I'm going to recommend, basically, ShopSmart's going to say, we're going to recommend car of the year for us.
Awesome.
What we think, based on the data we're getting from the customers, based on the data that's out there, we're going to start having car of the year. What we recommend. It's based on recalls, warranties, and all that. And at the end of the year, we're also going to have dealer of the year. Okay, that's what we're going towards. So it's really something very, very important.
Awesome.
That we're coming up with.
I cannot wait. I drive a Ford. It's a little run down, but it gets me where I have to go. And I must say, I do have that extended warranty on it, which is up in another maybe 20,000 miles. But I know warranty is a very big deal, especially when you're buying a CPO, correct?
Yes. And we're going to have car of the year, right, brand-wise. We're going to have it at our site, but we're going to have the data to back it up. Because if anybody that knows me knows anything about me, I'm a data guy. So I will have the data backing it up.
He's a genius.
What J.D. Power says and all that, I'm going to have everything on there. And as far as the dealer the #1 dealer we recommend, top dealer of the year. I'm going to have the data to back it up. I'm communicating with a lot of dealers. Some are okay and some are not. I'm going to have all that data in there and what we recommend top dealership.
Awesome. Now, I know we're here on Optimum One every Sunday morning, but also Richie is on his own Facebook page. I mean, pretty amazing stuff you do. Touch upon the other stuff where people can see you on your Facebook page.
Oh, it's YouTube.
Your auto training news.
Yeah, automotive training news I have on my Facebook, and automotive dealer news.
Correct. ADN. I started that with him, actually.
Yes.
Yep. We did. That 2 years ago now?
2 years plus, yeah.
But yeah, you get a lot of hits, a lot of shares, and like you said, the engagement. I mean,
the engagement's correct. So that's what we do for the automotive sector too. But we took this to bring it to the consumer because the consumer needs to be aware. Okay, we just make you aware. We don't do anything else. But if you got a problem in a dealership or something, maybe we could call them, and they're very gentle with us, these dealers. They always help out our consumers all the time.
And Richie always helps you out. Honestly, you can email him and he will get back to you directly. Any questions about anything we discussed today, or of course any car question that you have, speak to Richie. Richie, what's the best email for you?
Richie@shopsmartautos.com, and it's right on the right-hand side. If you can't get a hold of me, dial my number, 631-578-9018. It's so much easier to text me.
Yes.
And I'll be right there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much today for speaking. My goodness, a lot of stuff we've been learning here on Sunday mornings. So we appreciate everybody always tuning in. Again, my name is Joel Nicolini. I'm Richie Bello's little co-host. I will see you right back here next Sunday morning on Cable One, same time, same place for Shop Smart Autos TV. So again, this is where consumers go before they buy a new or pre-owned vehicle. Richie, give us a wave goodbye.
Take care, and thanks a lot for joining our show. And you can see it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Richie Bello. That's all you got to put on Google, and my YouTube channel comes up. Thank you so much, and have a blessed Sunday.
Bye. I'm Joel Nicolini, co-host on Shop Smart Autos, inviting you to join me and your host Richie Bello this Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. on Cable Channel 1. Each Sunday morning, we dive into what you need to know before you purchase or service a new or used vehicle. Richie has over 3 decades of consumer knowledge and addresses every driver's wants and needs. Our guests and dealer spotlights will dig deep into subjects such as new features, pre-owned, depreciation, reputation, financing, service, warranty, expectations, and of course, much, much more. It's all sponsored by ShopSmartAutos.com, where the major automotive search sites and dealer networks share their inventory so you can choose the make, model, and options you're looking for at any time that you're ready to shop. It's where active buyers shop every day before they walk into a dealer location. Shop smart for your vehicle with ShopSmartAutos.com, and see you Sunday morning.